What's good, everyone? This is your boy DJ's Raw and Cut Truth. Give you that raw content that you deservedly need. And man, that was a horrible defensive performance. This is the Go DJ Live halftime show. This was terrible, man. Lonzo Ball is the only one that wants to play defense. Everybody else doing their own thing, not playing as a team, and they're getting their ass kicked by the Phoenix Suns. They're getting their ass kicked by the Phoenix Suns. And I was worried about this game before the start. I was saying that earlier. I don't know how the Pelicans are going to get up for this game. Usually when they play against good teams in prime time, you don't know what to expect. You don't know if they're going to rise above the occasion or they're going to fail. Right now, they're stinking up the joint. Nobody wants to play defense. Nobody wants to play synchronized offense. Nobody wants to communicate. This is trash that I'm seeing on that court. And brother, Revolution Radio, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, brother. I'm here. Man. Look, stylistically, it's not a good matchup for the Pelicans. The Suns are all about ball movement. The Pelicans are stagnant on offense. Man, I was saying I was hoping for the 6 and 7 seed, and I don't want to overreact, but they're gonna have to get more fluid on offense. I agree with you, DJ. It's very stagnant and it's very unsynchronized.
And I respect BI. I respect him, and I want him to do well. But he has to trust his eyes. He's missing open teammates. He's trying to will on his own, and he has to realize it's not just him. There's teammates that need the ball. He's missing cutters at the rim. And I'm saying this is a horrible style to play. A bunch of damn ball hogging. Nobody's talking on defense. You got Stan Van Gundy pitching a fit, and I don't blame him. The only problem that Stan Van Gundy did in this game, when you see Lonzo Ball playing that great of a defense on Devin Booker, he should have kept playing him. Because once he took him out, you saw the Suns went on a run. Now, I'm not just big up in Lonzo just to do it, but the film doesn't lie. That crap right there was not good basketball.
And to be honest with you, Lonzo's playing impeccable defense, but he has 2 fouls right now, so you got to be careful. Don't want him to foul out. He's doing a great job on Devin Booker. But the issue is offensively for the entire team. The issue is offensively. Lonzo, man, I see the defense that teams are playing on the Pelicans now. They're sagging into the paint. They're waiting on a Zion Williamson drive, or they're waiting on the 21-second BI play where, as always, he dribbles for 21 seconds and pulls up. And everyone else on offense is just standing around. When Zoe gets the ball, and Chris Paul is such a heady point guard, he knows that Zoe is shaky with his dribble. So he told the guards to start pressing up, and I saw when he did it, to start pressing up on Zoe when he gets the ball. And that really is throwing Zoe out of rhythm, because he was in a pretty good rhythm as far as shooting starting off the game. But now that Chris Paul is getting under him, low man wins. You know what I'm saying? Zoe don't want to put the ball on the court, which causes Brandon Ingram to get the ball back, and the offense is just stagnant, man. And the bigs, the bigs from the Pelicans are just basically light poles standing out there, man. It's hard to watch, man.
Oh, this is terrible, man. You mean to tell me Devin Booker is not on his A game and the Pelicans are losing 66-44? Devin Booker has 3 points in this entire game. 3 points. And they're losing 66-44. Music admin says Lonzo needs a counter move. Yes, I agree. Mr. Jones says, talk to him, DJ. Salute to you, Mr. Jones. You know me, I ain't gonna hold back shit.
The hell with a counter move, man. Lonzo needs a move. What is his move?
Yeah, he got to have a move, man. One thing that pissed me off, I know Lonzo played fantastic on defense, but I have to say this. Sometimes, or a lot of times, he's in the paint and he's doing that little funky finger roll. No, I need you to slam that shit. I don't need you trying to, do them soft. You're not Julius Erving. Like, if you Julius Erving, I understand, but you need to dunk that shit. But besides that, there was great defense. And I had to put it out there before people come up here and say, DJ, you're not giving him credit. Yes, I did. He's held Devin Booker to 3 points. So that's a good thing. But the bad thing is they're losing. They're not scoring enough. And I knew this game was going to be a problem. The Suns are their Achilles heel. The Pelicans are horrible at switching. Zion. Let's talk about Zion. Zion is terrible on defense. He's a liability. Every time you see Zion play defense, they're trying to help him out. They're trying to assist him. Because if you leave him on that island, it's going to be a long night.
Joseph Abrams, man, I agree with you, man. Lonzo does have a lot of fundamental elementary flaws, man, that are really starting to glare in this fourth year. And it kind of gives you a picture of where he might level out. This defense, man, his defense is really becoming, to me, it's been first team defense, but really, he's really going to be in consideration for the best on-ball point guard defender, man. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and just talk about defense because, like I said, I feel like defense is very overrated in today's league. It is great to have it, but Lonzo got to start making some kind of imprint on the offensive side of the ball, man. Like someone was saying, there's no penetration. I mean, like when it's almost, man, and I really hate to use this word, he's almost becoming a liability. Because if you have him in the lineup with Eric Bledsoe, who's on and off shaky as hell, not a great shooter, and Lonzo going 1 for 5. Last game he went 1 for something from 3. I think it was like 1 for 6. His percentage is going to be down starting off the year. If Lonzo's not shooting the ball well, Eric Bledsoe's not shooting the ball well, where are you getting your points from your guards, your starting guards? I mean, they can't. There's no way the Pelicans can continue on like this.
Yeah, they got to make some moves, brother. Immortal Highlight says Suns shooting 100% from the free throw line. Well, hopefully the Pelicans can learn from that. They don't want to get to the line and they don't want to make free throws for some reason. Ray Kingham says, no, everyone looking at this wrong. Dante London says, worst overall roster in the NBA. I'm not going to say that, but the roster is not good. How are you not going to get more small forwards and versatile bigs? I've been saying that the whole time. They ignored it the Pelicans ignored it on the draft. They ignored it in free agency. They didn't want to even address their weaknesses. Music Admin says the Pelicans need a backup big in the worst way. Wealth Engineering says Zoe playing off ball is just awful to watch. Well, what did I say the other video? He could demand the ball, right? You can't just say the coaches, that's his fault for putting the ball in Brian's hands. Zoe could literally, like, when they get the rebound, right, and they pass it to Zoe, What does Zoe do? Pass it back. Instead of doing that, you got to wave your teammates off and search for a matchup. What do you think about that, Rave King? Not Rave King, Revolution Radio.
I mean, I agree, and it's not that it's an echo chamber. I saw somebody make the comment, "Is this an echo chamber?" Shit, ain't nothing to disagree on. What we gonna disagree on? The product on the floor is terrible, and Lonzo is on coach 3 now, man. And like we were saying last night, it's gonna be hard for Lonzo to ever get a coach that tailors the offense around him. DJ is absolutely right. I'm not about to disagree with this man for the sake of disagreeing. Look, bro, Lonzo got to go get the ball. And when Lonzo has the ball as a point guard, man, your handles got to be the number one thing, really. You're a ball handler. So people can't just freeze you out by getting up under you. You got to make them pay and drive hard to the basket, and Lonzo never does that. DJ made the point on the finger roll. My problem isn't that Lonzo finger rolls. I've been saying this a couple nights. If you're finger rolling and you're barely jumping off the ground, basically that's a flip floater. But if you're attacking the rack like you're going to dunk it and you finger roll it up over the rim, you have a better chance of making it. It's a more high percentage shot. When Lonzo drives, he does not have the intention to score, man. Like, really, the Pelicans are only going to go as far as Lonzo Ball. And the reason why I say that, because we all can sit here and see that the ISO Brandon Ingram 21-second ball ain't working. Zion Williams putting his head down to the rack ain't working. So they have to get a flow in the offense. Eric Bledsoe is not a flow offense point guard. Lonzo has to be that guy. And if Lonzo's not going to be that guy, shit, I guess it will be the echo chamber because ain't nothing to disagree on.
Yeah, brother, why do people want what I call fake arguments? Like to make up something. Yeah, I can make up something to argue with Revolution Radio, but there's nothing to dispute. I mean, the film doesn't lie. I mean, if you want us to disagree, I guess I have to make up material to do that. But there's nothing else we can say. Lonzo needs to create some more moves, and also he has to keep the defenses honest. He is playing fantastic defense right now. We can't take that away from him. But there are some things he needs to work on. This team's a mess on defense. The front court is atrocious on switching.
Since we talking about film, DJ, I know you saw this play in the first half. We was talking about Lonzo the other night, and I was saying what worries me is that I don't think Lonzo has any wiggle or any moves to really get to the rack. He doesn't have a lot of shake and bake moves to get to the rack. It was a play in the first half. This is how much disrespect teams are throwing at Lonzo on offense. They were shading him to the left because they knew Brandon Ingram was coming off that roll to pop back up to get the ball at the top. So what they did was the guard that was defending Zoe basically play him to the left so they can cut off Ingram's drive to the basket once he got the ball. So that means Ingram is really being doubled without having the ball. Lonzo's so used to running the play, he doesn't even notice that the guy is playing off him and shading towards Ingram. So he puts the ball on the floor. The drive to the lane on the right side is there for Zoe. But because he's so stuck in, I don't think he wants to drive. And, you know what I'm saying, he's afraid of getting ripped. He crosses back over into the defender and gets stripped. You know what I'm saying? So some of this stuff is, like DJ said, it's on Lonzo. He got to get to the rack, man.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I saw that too. And there are driving lanes in this game. I don't want to hear anyone saying there's no driving lanes. The Suns have definitely done their research and knows that Lonzo, unfortunately, likes to pass the ball back to BI so he can initiate the offense. So they're playing on that. They're playing a mixed coverage. So they're acting like they're guarding Lonzo, but really they're just shadowing him. And they know that he's not gonna take it to the rack multiple times. I'm telling you, that film is something, man. When that film gets out, it's something. But besides that, Lonzo is the only player playing defense. And that's an embarrassment to the coaching staff and everybody else in the Pelicans. Nobody wants to play defense. Nikhil Alexander was trash on defense. He doesn't even care about defense. All he wants to do is get his shot. And salute to the brother for being a dog like that, but you gotta do something. You can't be that bad on defense. you see this Revolution Radio ZO2 is driving me nuts.
I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard to watch it. It's hard to watch it, man. It's hard to watch it. I'm hoping. Oh man, yeah, it's hard, especially when his threes are not falling. Man, it be looking bad, man. It be looking real bad. They got Jay Crowder looking like Jordan out here.
Two sticks, one hand says, Shalom, DJ. Salute to you, my brother. Music admin says Zoe has used the mid post to low post, especially when he sees a small guard. We've been saying that for the longest, brother. I'm glad you said that. Got to use this height. Oh, Revolution Radio. It was KJB saying the echo chamber comment.
Okay. Well, yeah, man. I'm not just going to disagree with the brother for the sake of disagreeing with the brother. We had a great show right before the game where we was disagreeing on Bron and Jordan, but I'm not about to be on here disagreeing on it. Disagreeing with this man for the sake of it.
Yeah, luckily, and I'll put this up. Luckily, KJB, I'm surrounded by real ones. If you watched the earlier show, we had a disagreement with LeBron, Kobe, and everybody else, but we kept it cordial and we handled it like men. Like I said, most people want to see arguments and Jerry Springer type of debates, but that's not realistic. You know, we can make them up like everybody else, but that's just not my lane. We're a positive channel, and we want to talk about sports and gain sports knowledge. That's the objective. It's not about this fake arguing and stuff like that. T Sam I am says, don't understand why y'all giving Lonzo so much grief. You want to handle that, Revolution?
Man, Lonzo is starting to border. Man, I ain't gonna say it yet, man. But just look at the game, man. I see the last two plays down that they ran the offense through Lonzo. They got some results. Zion got a layup, and Adams is at the free throw line right now. But if the Pelicans can't stop nobody on defense, man, it doesn't matter what they do at this point. They getting waxed right now. This is a massacre.
Yeah, this is an ass whooping, man.
It's time to call Brandon Ingram out on defense too. It's
time.
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna do that right now. Brandon Ingram is trash on defense. Zion is trash. Steven Adams, he can only do so much. Nah is trash on defense. Josh Hart tries on defense, but he fouls too much. Eric Bledsoe, he's just not a good defender. So the only defender they have is Lonzo. That's the only good defender they have.
And it's so crazy you say that about Bled, because Bled used to be such a good defender. I don't know what the hell has happened.
Yeah, he lost his defensive ability. B-Mill said they could come back. Boy, they better make some crazy shots right now. Really, they need to make stops and they need to attack the basket.
That brother said he going back to the game. Shit, you ain't missing nothing, fam. You don't even, there's nothing to analyze at this point. What do we analyze?
Yeah, let's go back to see a blowout.
I'd rather hear DJ kick this knowledge than sit up here and watch them give up points every time down the court. Like I was telling DJ, man, like I really want to support the brother. I'm gonna continue to support the brother. It's hard to watch Lonzo play, man. Like it just is not a very interesting style of basketball going on right now when I'm watching the Pelicans. They damn near down 30.
Yeah, they're losing 76-47. To repeat that, they're losing 76-47 on national TV. wasting everybody's damn time. I bet the TV executive was like, come on, man. If we would known that they would play this trash, they wouldn't be putting them on TV.
Lonzo is literally the only one, like you said, playing defense, man. I'm interested to see if by the trade deadline, if New Orleans is gonna make a move, if Jay Crowder out here looking like Jordan again, but if you know what I'm saying, the Pelicans are gonna make a move, because I'm starting to think that they're gonna be more underwhelming than we suspected, and if that's the case, man, that's truly a tragedy in this down year for the bottom half of the Western Conference, man. Seems like the Suns are gonna be in the hunt. They're gonna be in the hunt. I think they're gonna be in the hunt for like a 5th seed. But yeah, this New Orleans Pelicans offense is stagnant, but it's stagnant. Y'all gotta understand, man. When a guy like Stan Van Gundy, who is known for being a good coach who can turn a team in the right direction, but when you inherit guys like Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, the franchise is looking to really to feature those guys. So what it really comes to right now is up to Zoe, or maybe not Zoe. Somebody else really has to fill in that third role, or at least get the offense going, because what's going on with Brandon Ingram and Zion Williams right now, you can't really win consistently with that style. Zion is already undersized for his position. You know what I'm saying? And Brandon Ingram, because Zion is not 6'7". There's no way in hell. He's probably 6'6". What you think, DJ?
I'll give him. I'm be nice. I'll give him 6'6" on a good day. Oh my God, this is horrible basketball right here. I mean, y'all sure y'all want to watch that crap? Nah, I'm not getting a headache tonight.
One of the brothers said that the bench really is the reason, and the bench lost the lead. This is true. The bench is getting outscored. They're getting outscored, but they staggered Lonzo and Bledsoe's minutes, so they were back in the game. He never took 2 starters out for long periods of time. It's just this team just has trouble scoring. They're young as hell, and they don't run the floor. Y'all notice that? They don't get up and down the floor.
I gotta read you the stat, brother. Did you know that Zion and Brandon Ingram have given up 34 points total to Crowder and Bridges, and this is the third quarter? Horrible defense.
Yeah, that's a travesty. That's a travesty, and this game is essentially over. I would love to see the Pelicans bite down and show some fortitude and cut this lead down to 10 points. That really would show me a lot of growth, but I see the shoulders hanging already. Lonzo shoulders touching his knees. B.I. ain't hitting no shots, so he not motivated. And, with Zion's style of play, another thing I'm watching, it's going to be very hard for him to stay healthy a full season, man. He hits the deck a lot. That's a lot of weight hitting the floor. He takes a lot of punishment, man. So maybe, and I'm not wishing this on Zion at all, but maybe if he goes out of the rotation later on in the season, it'll force Zoe to be more aggressive and step up.
Yeah, really, Kerry says, I don't think it's his demeanor to be like, give me the fucking ball. Well, he better find a demeanor like that, or his teammates are going to keep doing what they're doing. You know, at the end of the day, as a point guard, you got to run ship. You got to take charge. You can't let people run over you and have it their way. Look what is happening with the Pelicans having their own way. It gets you a 79-47 blowout in the middle of the third quarter. That's what it gets you. If I was in Lonzo's brain, if I could just tell his brain, Lonzo, demand the ball. You got nothing to lose. Demand the ball. Who cares if you're going to make your teammates mad? Do it.
Well, he just shot another 3. I think he might be 1 for 6 or 1 for 7 from 3 tonight. And
settling for threes.
Settling for threes, man.
I said it. Y'all talk. Remember, we was predicting points.
Oh, this shit is a travesty. Yeah, I remember, and I told y'all I can't bet on Lonzo with no points.
Look, Music Admin agrees with us. Says, I agree, DJ. He must exploit smaller guards. I'm saying the drive is there. Yeah, they'll still be losing, but
Boy, the Phoenix Suns just did a damn play that looked like it's supposed to be on N1 mixtape or some shit. Man, like these boys, their ball movement is impeccable. You know, I really don't know, but it almost makes me jealous watching the way they move the ball,
that,
and versus the way the Pelicans let the ball stick.
bro, offensively, this is not a really good game from Lonzo. Lonzo shooting 3 for 13, right?
God damn,
He
Lonzo.
he's shooting the most shots out of anyone. He shot more shots than Brandon Ingram. And he's 1 for 7 on 3. What did I always say? If Zoe settles on threes over twos, his percentage looks bad. Can you imagine if he just attempt to drive strongly to the basket? His numbers wouldn't have been that bad. But that's what happens when you settle for threes. Now, a lot of people were trying to act like I was the bad guy pointing this out, but I only wanted what was best for the brother. Look, two sticks in one hand. He said Lonzo is tall and doesn't get low. Easy to reach in for shorter guards. Exactly.
And it's terrible that the fourth year in the NBA, he hasn't figured out that concept, man. These things are concerning, man. They're just concerning, man. Like, I mean, and he has to learn how to get to the rack, like you said, DJ, because if he doesn't get to the rack, they're trying to make him this marksman shooter, man. That even if that happens, that's gonna take time. To be consistent, that's gonna take time. Now he's out of the game. Does anybody have his stats? Were those stats consistent? I mean, were they official, DJ?
Yeah, let me give his full stats. I'm gonna give you the full stats. Even so, Lonzo on offense is negative 22, plus minus 7 points, 2 fouls, 3 turnovers, 1 assist, shooting 1 for 7 on 3, 3 for 12 field goals.
Nah, man, that's not it, man. And I'm curious to see what Lonzo's 3-point percentage is on the year after this game, man. Like he might be shooting in the low 20s right now.
Yeah. Dang, you know what's crazy? And we're not comparing the brothers. I'm just saying, LaMelo, he's not even playing that much. He's shooting 40% from 3.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's. I was thinking that before you said it, but you know, I know people get touchy when we talk about, you know, comparisons. But I remember one of the brothers was saying he remembers a month where Lonzo was the best shooter in the NBA, and like some of this shit, yo, some of y'all confuse support with goddamn fairy dust, bruh. Like some of this shit ain't reality, man. Like some of this is not reality. Lonzo needs to be the type of player, if he comes out and he shoots 1 for 4 on his first 5 3-point attempts, he gotta understand at that point, okay, now it's time for the pump fake, and I gotta get to the rack. I gotta keep this percentage balanced and keep my confidence up. Let me get some easy ones at the line or something. It's like he just doesn't. I just don't think he's an offensive-minded player, man. And that's what we might just be facing. And you know, like the brother was saying, you got to get low so that the defender won't get under you, man. That's stuff you got to know. You really should know that as a junior in high school. So for him to have to figure out all these concepts, revamp a shot, you know, Lonzo may just not be right now or for the foreseeable future what we want him to be as far as an offensive threat.
Yeah, lack of pump fakes, no creativity. This matters in the NBA. You can't just do a simple drive and hope they'll call a foul. That's why they're not calling fouls on them. You got to be creative. You got to be in traffic. That's the thing about today's point guard. You got to be, even if you're a pass first point guard, you got to be around the traffic to get traction. Remember that. Around the traffic to get traction. Then If Lonzo does that, he'll get free throws. They'll blow the whistle, and everything will be set. But some people act like we don't want Lonzo to do well, which is not the case. We want him to do well, but he has to want it more than his fans. So that's the difference.
Goddamn Bledsoe out here building bricks on the rim. It's difficult to watch. Like I said, I hope these guys make a run. It would be interesting if they made a run. It'll show a lot about their growth. But when the ball is sticking that much in Brandon Ingram's hands, man, it's hard to foresee a run with this team. I had a lot of expectations for Steven Adams coming over there defensively and as a presence in the paint. But it doesn't seem like they're getting the best out of Steven Adams because, once again, you're not getting a lot of pick and roll action with him because Zoe doesn't get the ball enough to run the play. And when Brandon Ingram is dribbling the ball, Adams is just basically standing there clogging up space in the paint.
Something got to get fixed there, man. Joseph Abrams said that's where I blame LeVar. The fundamentals are super shaky. They're grown men. They got to work on their game. They're not around. LeVar's not. He's so busy with his business. He's not. There's no excuses. Lonzo was able to work out with the top-notch trainers with Clutch Sports. Am I lying? Revolution Radio. He worked out with Clutch, right?
Absolutely.
So there's no. I mean, we can't blame LeVar on. It looks like Lonzo changed a lot of things, but the reason why Lonzo is not efficient on offense is not the new moves he learned with Clutch. It's his mind. Let me say it again. Let me say it again for the people in the back. The reason why you can't fully blame LeVar on the quote-unquote fundamentals, Lonzo's been fixing everything with Clutch, and everything seems fixed. He got a mid-range and everything. But what's holding him back from being efficient on offense? It's his mind. The lack of wanting to attack the basket. You could tell he doesn't enjoy attacking the basket. You got to love that shit. You got to love you see Damian Lillard, he's a great shooter. He likes taking long shots, but he gets riled up when he takes a tough contested layup on a tough defender. You got to love this, man. And that's what Lonzo got to get to. He's got to get it in his mind.
Yeah, man, and I don't like the fact that you're grouping them together. They're not the same player. I keep saying this over and over again. I was watching the game with the Nets versus the Hornets, and Kevin Durant was matched up with Melo, playing off Melo about 2 feet, and Melo started whipping that thing on him and went to hesitate, and they called a carry call that I haven't seen called in the NBA since, you know what I'm saying, Gary Payton was in the league or something like that. You know what I mean? They called a call that I think was a LaMelo Ball call because, there's always an agenda against the Ball family. I'm only saying that to say Melo can whip that thing. He can dribble. You know what I'm saying? He can get to the rack. He's just not strong enough to finish consistently right now. Melo and Lonzo are not the same player. When it comes to Melo's shot, and y'all keep talking about his form, there's a lot of different forms in the history of the NBA. I know this is this new thing where everybody got to shoot the same and feet got to be balanced and all of this. But if you go and look at some of the greatest shooters, a lot of them had a lot of different forms. You know what I mean? And right now, we can only speak for today because that's all we know so far. Melo's shooting 40% from the three-point line. You know what I mean? Is he going to maintain that? I don't know. I can't tell the future. So I don't want to keep grouping shit. I don't want to keep grouping Lonzo with Melo. Lonzo have a bad game. Oh, all of their fundamentals is bad. Lonzo have a bad game. Oh, the Ball brothers got a problem with scoring. Nah, Lonzo got a problem with scoring. I mean, that's we can't put this on Melo. Melo seems to be doing better on limited minutes. If you were making a projection on what Melo would do with the minutes that Lonzo's got, if you're just going off projected stats, I think the numbers will show that Melo would do better offensively. Now, is he the defender that Lonzo is? No, nowhere in hell. Not right now. But to say that their fundamentals are lacking, no. They got unorthodox shots. We'll see if Melo's percentage goes down. We'll see if if they have to tweak his shot. But right now he's shooting 40%. Let's see how it goes this year. Because fundamentally, the only other thing that I can see that Melo struggles with is he dribbles the ball high like his brother, but his is more swaggy. He dribbles the ball high because he's got that bounce in his step. That's just his style of being 6'7", 6'8". But to say that he struggles fundamentally because Lonzo struggles, I don't think that's an accurate statement.
And Rave Kingdom says, no, it's this fucking bench. The bench got to produce. The bench got to play defense. The bench. We talked about the bench, and they played so trash that all we could say that they suck. There's not really too much to say about the Pelicans bench. They're not the main players. We acknowledge that Lonzo played great defense. He played fantastic defense, but he has to produce on offense. That's all we're saying. You know, we can say something good and something bad. It's normal. It's how you evaluate players. Ray Kingdom says Zion needs to lose weight. Zion, he looks bow-legged, man. He look like Pookie and Ray off the hood, you know, getting a 40, just wobbling on that court.
He do look like the dude from Boys in the Hood. The one who was like, get his ball back. Yeah, he do.
Yeah, he does look like that cat, man. We got True the King in the building. He said, "What up? Salute, DJ. Salute, man. Thank you for watching the channel." Music and Abbott says very hard to watch him. Damn. Now these are fans of Lonzo. I'm not saying it. I'm not. I'm not saying it, brother.
Man, it's like watching a car crash because really, man, you want to see Zoe do good, man. Like I said, I'm a Lakers guy. I watched every damn game, you know what I'm saying? And I heard every excuse, heard about not having an off season, not having this and that. Next year gonna be the year for Zoe. Next year. And then the next year come, this is the year for Zoe. You saw he hit 5 threes today. And then the next game, he disappeared. And now we on year 4. And man, I'm almost ready to cast down a verdict, man. I'm really trying not to. But I don't see enough. Oh my God, they bust the clock on them. Third quarter, 100 points. Yeah, the Pels, man. The Pels overall. And you can't say it's Stan Van Gundy defensively. Everywhere he goes, defensively, the team gets better. I think you just have key parts to your lineup that just don't work defensively. Brandon Ingram is trash. You don't have I'm talking about defensively. He has no want to play defense. Zion Williamson is undersized as hell for his position. You know what I mean? His defensive IQ isn't high. And like DJ said, man, Bledsoe's defense at best is up and down right now. So really, you only got Zoe and Steven Adams.
Wow, this is a butt whooping, bro. This is a butt whooping. Joseph Abrams says Lonzo is a confident player. When his confidence is flowing, his teammates avoid him. Well, that's why he has to demand the ball. B. Mill says, damn, I walked outside and they almost down 30. Yeah, it's crazy right now, man. Immortal Highlight says Chris Paul going to pass Magic Johnson in assists this year. Yeah, that can happen. He's played more years than Magic. Remember, Magic had a HIV and it limited him for playing a couple more years. Jarvis Jackson says Pelicans will not make the playoffs. That's why I got him I had him at the 9th seed for a reason. I hope I'm wrong, but until I see it, I don't know.
Might have been right, bro.
Man, I'm telling you, when you watch the film, everything I said about this game is now right. And I didn't even bring up Devin Booker. I brought up the other factors. I brought up Jay Crowder and everybody else and Chris Paul. And look what's happening right now. They know that Lonzo is a good defender and that he was going to key on Devin Booker and not play any help defense that much. So what did the Suns do? Oh, just give it to everybody else. He's not going to help them out on defense because that's what it was constructed. The defense tonight was constructed to stop or slow down Devin Booker, no matter what. So the Suns took advantage of that, and that's why they're kicking the Pelicans' ass.
Man, Lonzo gonna be on the trading block before the All-Star break. He going on the trading block, bro. I said it. I said it first. So I take that L. Lonzo Ball is gonna be on the trading block, and if they get any decent offers for him, knowing an extension year is coming next year, they trading his ass.
I can't say yes or no to the brother Revolution Radio because it's unpredictable. I thought Lonzo was going to get traded by the Lakers and it happened. So we'll watch and see.
I mean, but you know, some contenders out there that already want him.
Yeah,
and he does provide a service. Now, when he was on the Lakers, you really didn't know what you was getting with Lonzo. But at least for a team like the Clippers, you do know that you're getting a stellar defender at the point guard position. The Clippers don't need Lonzo to be a scorer at all. So if a contender comes calling, and this is an extension year, and he keeps playing inconsistent like this, they're gonna trade him.
B-Mill says, what the hell would they run place for Zoe? I don't know. Jarvis Jackson said they making me mad. I'm past, man. I'm just chilled out right now. They are who Danny Green. They are who we thought they were.
Bro,
and we let them off the hook.
When that brother in the earlier live said, yo, this is a nationally televised game, I was saying to myself, yeah, they about to get their ass whooped.
I said it too. I didn't want that to happen, but I was like, oh, but when I found out this is nationally televised, and I saw that TNT, I said, oh boy. Because maybe they were like, oh man, Lonzo's about to have 18. I said, man, look at his stats on TV games. I pay attention to that, man. Analytics is key.
Here we go with this. My bad, DJ. My bad.
No, it's all good, brother.
I just saw something in the chat. Here we go with this. Every night, y'all telling us, it's the fourth game. Chill. It's the third game. Chill. Bro, we just projecting what we seeing. Like, we just projecting what we seeing, and what we seeing is trash. And coming out of the bubble last year, this is not how we wanted to see the Pelicans playing. And this is damn sure not how I wanted to see Lonzo coming out the bubble. If Lonzo would have finished in the bubble strong the way he was on a roll going into the bubble, he would be extended right by now, y'all. Like, at some point, we just got to say what it is. Right now, as the team is, I know everybody always talking about trust the process with these losing ass teams. I don't understand that, but okay. But right now, the process ain't good. And I'm not saying they're not capable of winning some games, but this is the fourth year most of these guys been together. Well, the core, one of the cores, Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball, and Brandon Ingram, we want some damn mental fortitude at some point to stop getting smacked on national TV every time you play. You got to break trends at some point.
Yeah, I'm tired of it, man. It's like every time I see, if I watch the Pelicans on League Pass and they're not on national television games, it's a good flow. I feel confident. But when they're on national TV, I feel like nervous. I'm like, man, they may get their ass kicked. Look at Constantine. Constantine has been rooting for Zoe for the longest, right? Look what he said. Facts. Zoe needs to take over. You can't just say the coach needs to do this and that. Your player has to demand it. That's what point guards are supposed to do. Stop allowing your teammates to hog the ball. As soon as you dribble that ball, you direct traffic. You point at your teammates where to go, set some screens, and do that.
Yes, something gotta happen, and the main thing is for us to really start seeing what's going on with Zoe's situation, so that if it does happen, we can't sit up here and say, "Oh, it's a conspiracy." No, man, the writing is on the wall. And when you get guys like this now they're playing Kyrian Lewis. I already talked about this. Yes, it's a blowout, but the guy hasn't seen playing time the entire season. What they do a lot of times, they use this time to evaluate.
Mm-hmm.
Because you better believe it's somebody in the front office playing with Lonzo's name and a few other people's names and saying, okay, well, if we move this and move this, we might get this. Let's see if this kid is ready to play. So just because it's a blowout, that may not be a bad thing. Let's see where he's at. You know, him and Walker Alexander. Walker Alexander ain't seen a shot he don't like.
Oh boy. Look, Trash Play 6'9" says, bro, I can't watch this game this year. There's no flow on offense. Brandon Ingram is not the main ball handler. Bledsoe can't run the offense either. Also, no one except Lonzo, Hart, and Adams play defense. This is the reason why I did not have him as a projected AC. That's the reason. 3 players. There's only 3 players on the Pelicans willing to play defense. You named it. Lonzo, Josh Hart, and at times Steven Adams. When you have that, that's a problem. That's a serious problem.
It's a travesty.
Now we can't always blame the coach. Stan Van Gundy is known for defense, known for it. And you looking at the game, he's yelling at his players what to do. They're not doing it. You can't have Lonzo being the only one willing to play defense. You do that, it's gonna be a long day. And also for Lonzo, just because they call for the ball, you could wave that off. You're a point guard. You're supposed to direct where things go. You know, you can't always say, oh, my coach got to do this. Sometimes you got to audible. Look at Chris Paul. Man, he does stuff off the rip. You think most of the stuff he gets scores on is because the coach schemes it up? No. Sometimes it's a freestyle. But Lonzo got to learn that in his game. B-Mill says Zoe is afraid of the free throw line.
Facts.
I said it. I didn't want to say it, but you said it.
Well, that damn Walker Alexander, man, anytime he get a chance to shoot, son gonna shoot, man. Like, man, I'm looking at this game. I ain't seen an ass whooping like this since Jake Paul and Nate Robinson, man. Like, and it just keeps going, and it just keeps going. And I'm trying to find ways for Lonzo to stick with the Pelicans because Kyrian Lewis, his body's not developed, so he would have to take a magnificent jump next year, because right now, you know what I'm saying, he's a rookie, so it's hard to judge him. I'm not going to be unfair. I'm not unfair on the other guys, but it would take an extreme jump. And in my mind, I keep saying, well, Zoe is the only point guard on the team. Zoe ain't playing no damn point guard, so I don't even think that matters. Zoe is not playing. Kaminsky, I forgot Kaminsky was in the league. Who he play for? But nah, man, like yeah, man, Zoe not even playing point guard, so I don't know how much they would be losing. That's a good take. I don't know how much they'll be losing if they were to move him out of the offense and trade him, because Ingram is initiating the offense right now anyway, which is insane. That is insane.
Pelicans got Brandon Ingram got 13 points in this game. Not just Lonzo not showing up on national television games. Brandon Ingram. Come on, man. They pay you all that damn money. You going to put up 13 points? Come on, man. But they scouted the Pelicans well. Jacob Alex says Lonzo started off well. What happened? They adjusted. That's what happened.
Yep, CP3.
They saw, you saw what he did with that timeout. They're like, wait a minute. He ain't about to drive to the basket. Don't worry about the shots. That's what he told them. They left the right lane open. I'm looking at it, I see it opening. Like it's confusing because I keep seeing these lanes open, driver lanes. Yeah, he'll have to get contact, but it's not impossible. That's what Lonzo got to work on. You got to, when you see a mismatch, you got to tell your teammates, hey, I got this. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. And if they get mad, okay, y'all get an argument, fight over the bench. So what? But that's part of the NBA. Everybody think that Chris Paul's arrogant. Chris Paul's a leader because he gets right in your face and he's going to let you know if you're playing bad or not. I don't do this, oh, they're arrogant and this. That's called being a leader.
And see what's a travesty about these national games, man, especially on TNT. I hate when Zoe play on TNT because whenever Zoe play bad, Charles Cheese Eating Barkley, he always uses it as a shot at one of the other Ball brothers or LeVar Ball. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. Melo has to deal with a lot of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it might sound unfair, but when Lonzo has a bad game, you'll hear a little sly ass comment after the game from Barkley because they'll say something about the nationally televised game coming up with the Ball brothers, and he'll say something snarky like, "Well, neither one of them can shoot." You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I hate when Zoe plays on nationally televised games. When that brother said that earlier, man, I almost told you, DJ, I ain't even gonna watch the game, man. I ain't even gonna watch the game, man, because I haven't seen him really play well on TNT, and I hope he changes that soon. But right now, man, this is like you can already mark it on your calendar. If he's playing on TNT or a nationally televised game, it's not gonna go good.
And brother, you're saying when I said that when Lonzo plays on TNT and other national televised games, he don't play well. That's when you knew.
That's when I knew, bro. It was so devastating, brother. It was so devastating. And then, like I said, it's worse because it's Barkley. Because Barkley hates LeVar Ball. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm already thinking, okay, well, if Zoe get off and drop 20, he'll finally shut him up. But I'm thinking in the back of my head, man, Zoe ain't dropping 20, man.
Damn. The Gazel Johnson 83 says Lonzo's nervous, bro. I'm telling you, he's settling for threes. He's afraid to take people off the dribble. National televised game, make that boy crumble. It's facts. Check the history. Lonzo, unfortunately, is creating the history of this. Now, this is not a narrative that any of us made up. We don't want this narrative to happen. But the stats is glaring. Why do we always get nervous when Lonzo plays a national television game?
That's horrible.
That's because of the history. It's the same way with B.I. B.I.'s the same way. Every time B.I. is in a national television game, his stats are horrible. I don't know what it is.
I mean, I've seen games last year on TNT and national games where B.I. went off. You know what I'm saying? Where B.I. went off. But see, what happened with B.I., to me, once he got traded from the Lakers, he was like, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to a smaller market. I ain't got to fight LeBron James no more for touches. It's not that much expectations. It's a contract year coming up. I'm about to get mine. And to me, that was his mindset. He knew he wasn't going to have no resistance from Zoe. And, Hart coming off the bench. So, essentially, he knew with Zion being out those first 45 games, he knew really that was his team. You had Drew Holiday playing, but Drew Holiday is at a different position. You know what I'm saying? And to me, he already has Lonzo yielding to his every command on the basketball court. So it's really almost like you just the guy out there. So I don't think Brandon Ingram approaches it with the same pressure. To me, when Zoe plays on national televised games, just like the first year when he was struggling with the Lakers, it's like pressure is not the friend of Lonzo Ball. Hard situations are not the friend of Lonzo Ball. Somebody made a comment in the comment section, in the chat section, saying that about reports that Lonzo didn't want to be in the bubble or something like that. I don't know if that's true. Was that true, DJ?
There were inklings. I can't fully say true. I'll say this. If you look at the tea leaves, and he was on video. I know Ball in the Family is kind of scripted a little bit, but you could see some truth when he was talking about, man, I just wanted to get home. I didn't want to be, he was just moping around.
That's a trash mentality, bro.
About the bubble. And what's crazy? Denise is like, why would you want to go home so early? His girl told him that.
I saw that.
And now I was like, come on, man. I'm surprised the media didn't pick up on. I think they did pick up on that. They made an article saying that GMs were mad about the, lack of urgency from Lonzo in the bubble. Now that's a rumor, but that's what it was.
Nah, I saw what you was talking about on the reality show. To me, man, Kyrian Lewis is he really showing something right now. Yeah, yes, he's playing the scrubs, but like the basic fundamentals of basketball, I'm talking about exploding when you lay the ball up, exploding when you shoot a floater. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, y'all. Like I said, when they drafted him on draft night, I was listening to DJ and I was thinking, man.
Well, he was one of my steals in the draft. Kyrian Lewis. It just wasn't a good fit because the Pelicans had too many guards. But his speed is there. He's just missing that strength. He need to get his strength up. But he's young. He's 19 years old. He's super quick. I was kind of worried about that. I told you that. I told you all that. I was like, man, I don't know what's going to happen. But Kyrian Lewis, this was their guy.
I mean, dude in the chat section. Can I address this, DJ? This brother.
Yeah, which one?
Yeah, Marcel Marshall, man. I mean, we ain't making no excuses over here. I mean, from what I'm hearing from DJ and what I'm saying myself, we haven't made one excuse for Lonzo.
Wait a minute. We haven't made no what excuses?
I mean, there's no excuses. Oh, okay.
He said not you.
I'm about to say, yeah, at this point, ain't no more excuses, man. I think we starting to read the writing on the wall and shit. Like I said, all of us want to see this brother do good. I know I do. But when we come to year 4 and basic shit, like we talking about dribbling the ball too high, y'all. Come on, man.
Pelicans, that was old. Dang, I guess. Jarvis Jackson said, Lonzo makes me miss Kobe so bad. Yeah, I miss Kobe too, man. Dante Lama says, Zion's defense made Jay Crowder look like Reggie Miller. Oh, it was horrible. The media won't talk about it. Man, that defense was trash, man. So Lonzo, it looks like he's not coming back in the game, and he got 7 points. Man, oh my God, I feel like a prophet because I came out here and said, man, what if he? Because I literally said this on the show earlier. What if he gets 6 points? You never know from Lonzo or close to it. And look at him; he got 7 points in this game. All the bloggers, Shamit, all those guys, they could talk now. It doesn't matter what Lonzo did to Devin Booker, right? He still didn't score enough. Devin Booker got 8 points in this whole game, and that's because of the backups. But still, they got the win.
Game so terrible that they've switched over to the Sacramento Kings versus the Denver Nuggets. And the first thing I see for the trust the process crowd is Tyrese Halliburton in a close game, still in the game with 3:25 left, out here playing hard, making plays, being given the opportunity. So tomorrow, and we think Melo's about to get an uptick in minutes. If he don't get no minutes, for anybody that needs reference, what we talking about, giving the rookies a chance, look no further than Tyrese Halliburton right now on the court, 3:25 against the Denver Nuggets, who, by my recollection,
they beating them.
Yeah, they beat them. Was in the Western Conference Finals last year. So yeah, I stop with these talking points and these cliff notes. If you gonna make a man the franchise player, you give him an opportunity. When it comes to Lonzo, shit, man. I mean, when it comes to Lonzo at this point, people talking about the ankle, man. If he's afraid of the injury, this brother's on year 4. If that ankle is that bad in your 4th season, what is it gonna be like in your 7th season? And what are team doctors going to be saying when you're sending over your x-rays or you're sending over your medical history when you're trying to get a new contract? So if his ankle is that bad right now, or he has that lack of faith in his ankle right now in his 4th year, everything we're saying right now is not boding well. I'm hoping. I'm not saying this is ankle. I just think, like unfortunately, like Charles Barkley said one time, after a while in the NBA, you start to develop habits, and I feel like now Lonzo has developed certain habits that's gonna make it difficult for him to ever be a consistent scorer, because he's developed so many bad habits, and some of that was coaching in LA, and some of that was the system in LA, and some of that is coaching in New Orleans, and some of that is the system. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what gave you the diagnosis. The only thing that matters is that you got the diagnosis. And right now, it's not looking good for Lonzo's trajectory. Yes, it's only one game. I see people saying that, but that's not what DJ has been saying this week, and that's not what I'm saying. Yes, it's one game, but damn, can we see 2 games that are good back to back? Hell, do we have to donate a kidney for 3? Like we just want to see some consistency. One of the brothers said, "Oh," in the comment section, he said, "Oh, when I knew Zoe had 16 points last game, I knew this game he was gonna suck." Man, we shouldn't be able to say stuff
We
like
talked
that.
about that. Revolution. What did you
I'm here,
say?
bro. I'm
Yeah,
just saying we shouldn't have to say stuff like that.
that's crazy because we was talking about that, man. We didn't want to be right on that. Trust me, I want to be wrong. I was like, I hope Zoe after the 16-point game don't stink it up. And you know what's funny? The people that was telling me I was wrong and I'm just overreaction, acting, being emotional, they ain't out here messaging me on Twitter about it. They're not saying, DJ, hey man, you being too harsh and all this stuff. You know, when Lonzo had 16 points that last game, they went on my DMs and said, see, DJ, I told you don't worry about it. I said, man, y'all know the pattern of Lonzo. Yeah, I'm happy the brother had 16 points, but be honest, that last game they had against the Spurs, Lonzo should have had 24. If you really look at the film and you look at the driver lanes, he should have had 24.
Oh, it's a process, DJ. It's a process. Man, look, brother gonna be in year 12. Y'all gonna be talking about it as a process, man. And I see Shara Johnson. She been on here the last couple of nights, man, and she keeps making a statement. I would love for her to expound upon it in the chat. She keeps saying Lonzo is the same Lonzo from UCLA. Y'all just don't see that. And she also made a statement that I agree with when she says that, you know what I'm saying, if Zoe's ankle that bad, then Zoe do need to retire. If it's to the point where you feel like you can't explode when you get to the rack, or you feel like DJ said you got to finger roll it, but when you finger rolling it, you jumping an inch off the ground, man, you're not going to have a long career anyway. I like I said, I don't think it's his ankle. I think it's like DJ said, it's his mindset. And right now, that mindset is becoming dangerous. And the Sacramento Kings, if I'm not mistaken, are about to go to 4-0. Like
No, they lost one game.
Oh, so 3-1?
Yeah, that's still good though.
That's still good, especially beating Denver tonight. And they got a rookie that's contributing that had no training camp and conditioning, and he has other guards on the team and all of this.
Halliburton got he has 13 points in 24 minutes.
They're developing them.
Developing. He looks fit. He looks smart. Halliburton is not out of shape like they supposed to say the rookies are. So there's really no excuses. They played Halliburton through the fire, increased his minutes, and you see how he's developing.
Exactly.
That's why they're winning right now.
Exactly. You remember last week, DJ, we were having the discussion about Melo, and then in that same night, Tyrese Halliburton had I think he had 34 minutes that night. And he was 1 for 7 from the field and 0 from 5 from 3. and we were making an argument, but hey, I bet you the next game he's still gonna get the same amount of minutes. He came back the next day, got the same amount of minutes, had 12 points, and now in a crucial early game of the season to make a statement for Sacramento, he's contributing again. He's back in the game once again with 51 seconds. They are developing this kid to be the future of the franchise. But this is an organization that is obviously set on changing the culture. So I hope this night ends this argument forever. That's all we've been saying. You know what I'm saying? They could have lost this game for playing them. The Sacramento Kings are actually playing for an 8 seed. So if they're playing for an 8 seed and they're willing to give their rookie experience on how to close out a game, y'all cannot tell us that the terrible ass Charlotte Hornets have an excuse for not playing mellow ball.
Do you know that Tyrese Halliburton hit 2 crucial threes late in that fourth quarter to extend the lead? So that's a rookie that's been through the fire, now is comfortable, and it's really benefiting the Kings. They're about to be 3-1. And
facts. And to go to the sister's comment, Shara Johnson, she said, what I mean about him being the same from UCLA is his game has not really elevated. He played the same way there, inconsistent, but no one talked about it because his father hyped him up. Look, man, I got to say what it is, man. I see no lies there. I see no lies. Man. I see no lies there, man. I see no lies. I've been saying that Lonzo's a system player for a while. Lonzo, somebody said earlier in the show, Lonzo needs a counter move. I defy anyone to tell me what Lonzo's go-to move is. I actually know what his go-to move is, but I'm curious in the chat section, do y'all know what Lonzo's go-to move is? You know what I'm saying? And y'all can talk about it in the chat. And once we talk about it, I'll tell y'all why I think it's problematic. But yeah, man, Lonzo he doesn't have a lot of out of the 3-point threat move. I don't even think I ever seen him in a 3-point threat. I never seen him in a position to be a 3-point threat. And I'm not talking about shooting a 3-point threat, which is drive, kick, or shoot. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't seen him ever really get in that position. There's never any. Zoe doesn't even really size people up. Zoe gets the ball and he either shoots it, or Zoe gets the ball and he drives it, and I'm talking about straight line drive, no Euro steps, none of that, no jump stops, none of that. Everything is very basic. There's no special effects there. And once defenses have 3 years of tape on you and they know how to play you, I'm telling you, I saw it in the game with Chris Paul got up under Lonzo, and when he switched, he told the other defender to do it too, because he understood that with this new jump shot that Lonzo has created, Lonzo has to drop the ball down center and then come straight up. And if you're under Lonzo, he doesn't have the ability to do that. You've already eliminated the fact that he's not going to drive. He can't shoot from that position. So really, what's the threat? There is none.
And shout out to Marcel Marshall for the $4 holler. We're going to call it $4 hollers. He said, great podcast, thorough knowledge of the game, and I appreciate the realness. Thank you, my brother, man. Man, we out here to give y'all the real, man. We're not sugarcoating shit tonight, man. We got love for Lonzo, man. But there are some things he needs to get rectified in this game. It's not wrong to say that he needs to have more moves. Y'all know his only move is the step back shot. He just loved that step back. He just, you got to have more moves than that. You got to have more handles. You got to have more of everything so he can dictate the game and control the pace. And like I said, this is constructive criticism, man. We got to stop being mad when someone critiques something on a player's game. We're here to educate. We're not here to sensationalize everything or make drama. It is what it is. This person, Jacoby Williams, said, how many years you letting? Oh, sorry about that. Jacoby Williams said, how many years you letting Lonzo slide? Well, me and the brother Revolution Radio, Hoop Jargon, and all the other brothers, Yeah, we ain't letting nothing slide. We being fair with Lonzo. If he plays good, we give him his credit, but we also say we want to see it every game. So we ain't letting nothing slide.
I saw the brother in a few of the brothers in the comment section. I think one of the sisters said it too. Lonzo's move is that go-to. It's like a crossover, but it's really not, because really he's just throwing the ball back. It's a step back. The problem with that move is the league has picked up on that move, and now that he's rechanged his shot, normally back in the day when he used to throw that crossover backwards and step back, it was towards the side of the body he was shooting on. Well, now since he started squaring up his shot, that move isn't as fluent for him. Also, he has no counter move off of it, and he's not a great shooter. So shit, if I'm a coach, I'm not telling you to overplay that crossover with this guy going backwards, stepping back. And he has not proven consistently off the dribble he can shoot. And let alone there's still questions about his spot up 3-point shooting as well. So really, essentially, he has no go-to move. He has no go-to move to get to the rack. Like DJ said, we're not sugarcoating anything. And if Lonzo turns it around, which is always possible, nothing is set in stone, I'll be the first one to come on the channel and be like, hey, Zoe is on a trajectory going up. Oh, man, here they go with the highlights. I know Charles about to be just
Oh boy.
But yeah, man, if he changes it and his trajectory starts going up, I'm gonna get a brother all the props and the credit. And a lot of times you gotta watch Zoe. When it's a lot of expectations, Zoe plays trash. But if the Pelicans start getting a losing record and they're not on national TV as much anymore, or you know what I'm saying, they got a long stretch of games, it's not. Zoe will sneak out. He'll sneak out some consistent games on you, and he'll have you fooled thinking, man, he done turned the corner. And then they'll play on TNT, and he'll have 1.5 points and 2 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, man, at this point, consistency, I don't want it to be a situation where Lonzo is questioning his own consistency. Lonzo told us at the beginning of the season, on media day, he said, I am a walking triple-double threat, and I look to be that every night. We have seen no evidence of that this year. He hasn't sniffed a triple-double. He hasn't sniffed really over 7 assists. So after a while, man, you had this mindset, this okay, this is my year mindset. And then psychologically, when you start looking at your numbers and you start realizing, goddamn, Steven Adams outscored Lonzo tonight, man.
Oh man, I saw it, bro. God damn. Man, we can't.
Bro, Brandon Ingram, 13.6 rebounds, 6 assists. Yo, y'all might as well go ahead and realize this. Brandon Ingram is the initiator of the offense for the New Orleans Pelicans. That's just it, man. He damn near averaging 7 assists now. I don't know his rebound numbers, but they're obviously running the offense through him. All that nice shit has come back to bite Zoe in the ass. All of this BI is my friend shit. Yeah, BI was lulling him to sleep. And now BI, even with Zion there, BI is the alpha dog on that team. And BI wants the ball in his hands. And I guarantee you, BI is not going to lose no sleep if Lonzo gets traded or goes to another team.
Man. Marcel Marshall kept it real. He said, preach. Critiquing is now called, quote unquote, hating. Yeah, man. They don't respect the art of critiquing, man. You know, we're not supposed to just say something looks good when it doesn't. Jay Strokes is right. Lonzo isn't even the point guard. He's a shooting guard right now. Yeah, you're right. Brandon Ingram and this, I blame kind of Lonzo for this. You can say the coach all you want. The coach is giving him minutes. Now, he didn't give him minutes this game. It's because they got their butts whooped. But he's been given minutes and responsibility. The only thing is, when you don't tell non-point guards that you have it, when you don't let it be known, They're gonna run over you.
Look at Chris Paul. Man, my TV on mute, man. Chris Paul up here talking in this interview. He just demand respect, man. He just got swagger. He's the guy. He's the point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just has a demeanor about him. Zoe does not have this demeanor about him right now. I don't know what it's going to take. I told y'all, my theory is that Lonzo is one of them kids that play ball because he was supposed to play ball. I've seen Jello and Melo say numerous times on interviews that, I always knew what I was going to do. I always wanted to play ball. I love basketball. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I don't see Zoe say that kind of stuff a lot. You know what I'm saying? To me, Zoe is one of them guys, like, he playing ball because ball is the family name. His dad always wanted him to do it. But he just don't seem like a guy that just loves the game of basketball, and I hope that he proves me wrong. But yeah, like some of the people are saying in the chat, it's getting to the point it is getting more than worrisome. When Brandon Ingram, I'm not even worried about the points no more, DJ. The fact that Brandon Ingram is starting to get towards 7 assists, 8 rebounds, once again, your front office is going to start looking at you as expendable. When, come on, man, you're the quote unquote point guard. I know they running him as shooting guard, but y'all know they're not keeping Zoe if Zoe ain't gonna be producing at the shooting guard position, or he's not gonna be just a Tony Allen level defender. But you don't really need a Tony Allen level defender on a team that's not really contending. So, you know, you might just ship Zoe to the Clippers for a bag of chips and Zoe. You know what I'm saying? Which it would be difficult to see Lonzo getting a crazy extension with the Clippers because Kawhi is up for a contract this summer. And, man, the production just ain't there, especially if Reggie Jackson shows up during the playoffs, man.
Brother, Charlotte Johnson's right. It's not his teammates, it's him. Yeah, the teammates can be selfish all they want, but if you're the point guard, if you ain't getting to their face and letting shit be known, you're going to let them do whatever they want. Look at Chris Paul. We kept saying his name all night. Chris Paul was willing and dealing tonight. He was all up in players' faces. He was coaching them on the court. He was active. He was vocal. That's what you got to do as a point guard. If Chris Paul, and I hate to say this, man. I hate to say this. All right. If Chris Paul was with the Pelicans right now, Brandon Ingram would not be playing point guard that much. Brandon Ingram would be told what to run, what to do by Chris Paul. Chris Paul would have had full control of the offense, the rotations, everything. To be the point guard, the starting point guard of the NBA, you got to be a boss. Because no one else is going to do it for you. No one. Hey, you know, I got it.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Sorry, this popped up in my head. Ant James, he said LaMelo and the Hornets won on NBA TV the other night. I have a belief that LaMelo would go off on TNT. He tend to be more Showtime player. Yeah, on NBA TV, I think the Hornets had 2 games on NBA TV. LaMelo, even in limited time, I love the young man's confidence, brother. Like he wants it. He wants to be great, man. It's remarkable, man. Limited minutes.
And see, they were just talking about Tyrese Halliburton on TNT and De'Aaron Fox. You know, Chuck couldn't wait to do that. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how Tyrese Halliburton is impressive. I'm going to keep saying it, DJ. It's a broken record. I'm going to keep playing it so it'll never skip. You feel me? Because he's getting experience and minutes, and he didn't have training camp, and he didn't have conditioning. And this is how narratives start in the NBA. Because you get a guy like Tyrese Halliburton, who was drafted after Melo, that's getting these minutes. His game was only played because the Pelicans stunk up the joint. You know what I'm saying? So now he was brought into a national television audience. You have guys like Chuck and Shaq vouching for his talent, being impressed, and now that's how Tyrese Halliburton for Rookie of the Year campaign starts. These things are important, man. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all be up here, always just the process and take it slow. No, man, get his kid a fair freaking chance, man. Give him a chance to build his confidence so we can see where it goes. And for anyone who sits there and says, well, oh, it's just 3 games, it's just 4 games, it's just his rookie year. Bro, we talking about Lonzo and how much Lonzo been damaged. I do
Damn.
not want to see that happen to LaMelo Ball.
Oh no. And surprisingly, and correct me if I'm wrong, Revolution, for some reason, LaMelo Ball, I thought like him being on the bench would like ruin his confidence. So far, he's like, okay, you're gonna give me short minutes. I'm gonna show you what I got. Like he's taking it as a challenge. It seems like. Correct me if I'm wrong, brother.
Definitely strong-willed kid. Definitely strong-willed kid. And the thing that Melo got going for him, he has the guys with the swagger on the team really seem to attach themselves to Melo. Miles Bridges. The first day that Melo was signed to the team, Melo was reposting Miles's records. That's the kind of shit a leader do. You know what I'm saying? Ingratiating himself to the right people on the team. Every time out, I see Malik Monk talking to Melo throughout the game. They talking and they laughing and joking. Melo was in there with the swag department. And the swag department, Miles Bridges, guys like that, that's going to be the guys that help build the culture. And I'm not saying Malik Monk is going to be there because I think they're going to try to move him, of course. But like, you know what I'm saying? So Melo is a guy that his teammates love to play with him. Like every interview they ask him about him, they start smiling. When people talk about Zoe, oh man, it's just not the same. I'm not saying they don't love playing with Zoe. I'm sure they do because he passed the ball, but he doesn't have that exuberance. It's hard to break a guy down that has the youthful exuberance that Melo has. Melo showed me a lot from game 1 to game 2 because Melo was getting fire roasted game 1 for going 0 for 5 and one of those shots being a half-court buzzer beater. You know what I'm saying? He came in that next game. First time he touched the ball, Melo came down, dribble pulled up from 35. You know what I'm saying? Because he was making a statement. And every time he touched the ball after that, he was being aggressive. And it's gonna be hard for them to break the kid. But shit, I don't want him to even have a chance to do it. I saw an interview with Borregos today. And Borregos was talking about extending Melo's minutes in practice, extending him in the rotation. So the complaints from the fans, the diligent work from some of the journalists out there in Charlotte that's reporting what the fans are saying is definitely making an impact. I just want the kid to have the same chance that every other rookie in the lottery section is having this year, which is to play some damn basketball. I don't want to hear all these excuses about conditioning. Half of these cats ain't conditioned. So let the boy play. I want to see what he can be. Because if Melo ends up panning out like Lonzo, I'm gonna be the first one to say, hey, shit, yo, it ain't going like I thought. Melo needs to do something. But it's hard to ever really get a read. DJ, I still don't have a read on what Melo's gonna be when the game is normalized. Because I don't get to see him enough in situational basketball. I don't get to see him enough at the end of the game. I don't get to see him enough at the end of quarters. So I want to see when it comes to traditional moments in the game, how he handles it.
Yeah, man, that's that fire. Man, brother, you bring that fire back. Yeah, LaMelo, I'm not worried about LaMelo, man. It's weird in some way. Even though LaMelo's on the bench, since his, like you said, the swagger, the confidence, and he's being a great teammate, where I could just sit back and watch him develop. Now, I want him to play more minutes. It's not like I'm asking him to play 35 minutes, but at least 25 minutes and have a more active role in the second unit. That's not really too hard to ask. And the crazy part is LaMelo has shown people in the glimpses that he can average some good stats and be effective off the bench. We know he needs to improve on defense. When he played against the Nets, he showed great effort on defense. He was really good. That was his best defensive game. So if Coach Borrego could show him the film of that, that'd be set for him. Nicole Rose, shout out to you, sister. She says, it seems like us fans want Zoe to be great more than he wants to be great. We've said this before, man. It's crazy. The fans of Zoe, Revolution Radio, all of us, we're saying the same thing, brother. It's like we want him to be great more than he does. We know he's a great defender, but we want him to be a great overall player.
Man, it's something. It's something to watch, man. It really is, because it does get to the point where shit. It sounds like we haven't got that, and I'm not disparaging or making fun of anyone with addiction, but sometimes, man, it feel like we have AA meetings or group meetings after Lonzo play. We got to get together and try to figure out what the hell going on with this man game, man. But like some of the stuff we be talking about, I be thinking in my mind, like, damn, it's embarrassing that we're questioning these points this deep into this man's career, man. Somebody made a comment, man, and I really want to. I'm looking for it right now. And I wanted to ask you about this, DJ. This is from Jake Alex. He said Lonzo was aggressive, though. I will give him his props on that. He was just missing a lot, which every player goes through. This I see the improvement.
Wait,
But look,
wait. Aggressive?
right. Is all shot taking necessarily aggressive, or is some shot taking just a bailout?
Wait a minute. He shot more threes than twos. How's that aggressive? I'm confused. Aggressive? Do you understand? Revolution Radio. Don't they realize he took more threes than twos? Yeah, he was aggressive on defense, but not on offense. I don't think he was assertive. He didn't attack the basket more than shoot threes.
Man, y'all got to stop with this bench argument, man. That's not that. I can't take that serious, because, like I told y'all, they staggered the minutes between Bledsoe and Zion, and Ingram were interchangeable as well. The bench is the bench, man. The problem is the starters don't really set the tone. The starters are playing from a defensive position the entire game, meaning it was never a point in that game where you felt like the Suns were on their heels. It was never a point. And as far as he shot the ball a lot from three, like DJ said, that's not aggressive. It's not aggressive. It's aggressive if you're shooting the ball from three and you miss 5 straight, and then a couple of times after that, you come down in the court, make the adjustment, and say, okay, now I'm going to start going to the rack. And I'm going to keep going to the rack, and I'm going to keep getting to the line. And even if I miss the free throws, I'm going to keep going to the rack until I start hitting the free throws. Does Lonzo have that mentality? If Lonzo don't have that mentality, that's not aggressive. To me, what I'm seeing is, don't hesitate, shoot. They told me to shoot. I'm going to shoot. It's like everything in Zoe's mind is calculated and predetermined, and I don't know if it's Zoe's will. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he has the will to have a game where he shoots 0 for 5 and just starts to attack the rack and trying to get and ones until he heats up from 3. I don't know if Zoe is capable. I don't even know if he thinks like that. And if he doesn't think like that, he's always going to have up and down scoring numbers because he never gets to the free throw line. Everyone is not always going to have a high percentage field goal night. But if that's the only way you're relying on scoring, man, it's going to be tough for you to average over 15 points a game.
Preach, brother, preach. The league follows my channel, big fan of Zoe. He said, I love Zoe, but he's just not a leader. That shit hurts, man. That's just the honest. That's the honest, plain truth. And yes, B-Mill, I'm going to stop saying hate to say it. I'm tired of being PC. I got to keep it 100 with y'all, man. I'm disappointed with Lonzo offensively only because he's not consistent enough. If he was consistent, nobody would be saying anything about Lonzo. Nobody. But he keeps giving the Shines the excuse to attack his game instead of just properly critiquing his game.
Yeah, man, they gonna end up moving on from Zoe if he continues on this path. Could somebody do a favor in the chat? Could somebody please look up what Lonzo Ball's 3-point percentage is right now on the season? Also, if anybody has Anthony Edwards' numbers at the end of the night, what he had tonight, that'll be helpful. Because when I saw him, he was heating up a little bit. I do know that they lost, but one thing I'm seeing about Anthony Edwards as a young player, he is not afraid to shoot that thing. It don't matter Florida offense, he ain't worried about none of that. He's gonna shoot. So I'm interested to see, you know what I'm saying, what his numbers were at the end of the night. And man, DJ, you want to read that comment?
Which one?
Lonzo Ball is docile, man.
Oh man, let me go back. Damn, man, y'all cooking today, man. Y'all cooking. Who said that? Docile. Oh, yeah, it's right there. I clicked on it. By 2 sticks, 1 hand. Lonzo Ball is docile. That's one of the like I can't you can't get mad at it because he is looking docile on offense. On defense, he flips a switch and he's a dog. But he needs to be that same dog on offense. Here's what Lonzo's doing that is not helpful for his career. If he just only focuses on defense and not on offense being consistent, he'll be a utility player. You don't want to be a utility player. The thing with Lonzo, the question he needs to ask himself, do you really love the game enough to take it to the next level, do things that you're not comfortable with, yell at teammates even though they're your friends? Are you willing to go through that? Or are you just comfortable? And right now I see Lonzo being too comfortable. He cannot be comfortable because the NBA is a doggy-dog world.
Absolutely. And I see y'all saying that Zoe was 33% before the game. That means after this performance, he was 1 for 7. He's shooting, man. Early in the season, his shooting percentage is not up to par, and they're going to be looking at these things. Somebody was making the comments that Moses Ramirez was saying, "Would you be disappointed if he scored 15?" And I'm asking you, DJ. He took the shots;
Yeah.
they didn't fall. Weird game for the whole team. Just relax, dude. Yeah, and I've heard that for 4 years.
Yeah, I've been hearing that for the same 4 years. I want to see something different, but it's hard to expect different when you get the same results. The same freaking results. We all want to see something different from Zoe. Man, I had high hopes from Zoe. He was talking big-ish on the media, saying I could average a triple-double every game, getting excited. I said, oh, he about to be a leader. I know it's early, but here's what I'm seeing from Zoe. He improved, but he minorly improved. He didn't drastically improve like I thought he would. And that's the problem.
Yeah, it's a big issue. It's a big issue because it's a contract year. They're drafting potential. I'm not saying they are the replacements, but they're drafting potential replacements around him. We cannot be silly enough to think that his brother being in the league is not affecting him either positive or negative. If you're doing good while your brother's in the league, it pushes you to do better. If you're doing bad and your brother starts shining, then that's going to be a lot. Since we're talking about all the pressure he's dealt with, quote unquote, that's going to be more pressure as well. Also, a lot of times, man, people don't do a good job. Once again, like you were saying, DJ, reading the tea leaves. When Lonzo was trying to vie for endorsements deals as far as shoe deals this summer, the lack of interest as far as the number that he wanted, and I'm not saying he didn't have any interest, but the number that I think Lonzo Ball should command because of his social media presence alone and his notoriety alone it obviously was not in the market where he wanted. These are troubling. Like, it's just troubling signs when you're looking at the business of basketball. The business of basketball right now is not playing in his favor. So for those that keep preaching this is one game thing, when you have such a small sample size the first 2 years because he didn't stay healthy the entire time, and you have the lasting memory of the bubble, that's really what people remember the most from last year for Lonzo. Yes, he had a good season, actually, an above average season as far as trajectory. But when he went back to the bubble, he stunk up the joint so bad. Really, that was one of the main questions coming into this season. And to start the season off inconsistent again, once again, you only got so many games before the trade deadline. It's not like you got a full schedule this year. You only got so many games before the trade deadline. So you can't keep saying, oh, it's just one game. It's just the fourth game, because you'll look up. It'll be game 25, and you'll be on your phone. The ESPN app will go off. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Lonzo Ball traded to the, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at some point, you got to start being a realist about this thing and being objective. Because, I don't want anybody to be, I don't want anybody to be sad or angry if the product that we seeing on the court is basically telling us where the brother might be headed.
And this guy Dante Lane, he was in that conversation in the other video. This was the brother that was saying that it's the man's fault, not the woman's fault. In that Larson Pippen conversation, remember?
Yeah, I remember, brother.
Yeah. This is what he said. He said, BI and Zion defense is why the game would like this, not because Lonzo doesn't have enough swag. Earlier in the video, we addressed that Lonzo was the only player playing defense. We have stated that. We said that Zion's defense is horrible and he doesn't communicate well. We said that. Here's the thing. Those are true. But we're here because most fans that are listening either are a fan of the ball family or not. The player we talk about is Lonzo. That's just fan interest. His offense scoring only 7 points is alarming. There's no way to slice it. Yes, he played great defense. But how many chances are we going to give Lonzo? We're going to give him like 2 more years now from here? Really?
JJ Redick, he was saying about JJ Redick. JJ Redick is damn near, I don't know, what is it, season 15? He's on his way out of the league. That's why he does a podcast. He's transitioning. Look, trust me, JJ Redick is all right. He's had a pretty prestigious career. I remember when JJ Redick was coming into the league, some people had questions whether or not he could transition into the NBA because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of Duke players, especially, hate to say it, white Duke players, they go to the league and they don't pan out. So I think JJ Redick is all right. You know what I'm saying? The question is for the Pelicans' young players. And since you're saying that about Zion and Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram just got paid. Zion is gonna get paid. The question mark right now is Lonzo. That's the question. That's the question mark. That's just the bottom line. The question mark right now is Lonzo and the future of Lonzo Ball. And like DJ said so eloquently, Lonzo, a lot of people come to the channel because they care about the Ball family. They care about Lonzo. And we're just look at us as the doctor, man. We just look. We seeing signs on the body. We giving y'all a diagnosis. We giving y'all a prognosis. And at the end of the year, we're going to end up being right or wrong. But if year 4 ends up looking like year 3 or year 2, and something happens at that point, we just saying how many years or how many teams is it going to be before we just fess up and say what it is?
So true, man. And Dante Layton says Zoe came off the pick and roll looking to shoot. CP3 is a great defender. If you look back on the film, CP3 wasn't even on Lonzo all the time. So when he had Devin Booker on him, who was a bad defender, what did it tell you? Drive to the basket. You have to find a way to exploit mismatches. And for those who keep saying we're just talking about Lonzo, not the whole team. We just addressed that the whole team stuck up the joint. We said it a million times. It was bad basketball from the whole team. Let me see. The league says, like I said, I'm a big fan of Zoe, but he hasn't even been on the line in like forever. Yeah, that's alarming. You got to get to the free throw line. You got to get to the free throw line. How many times he been in the line this year? Twice? Once?
Maybe once. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's crazy. In 4 games?
I want to say more than once though, because I know he missed some free throw. I can memorize them, like 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? He got to the line against Miami and he missed free throws. I think he hit 1, and I know he got to the line against Toronto, but I haven't seen it in a while.
You see music admin, he's pointing out everything we just stated earlier in videos. He said, DJ and Rev said earlier, you see how they plan, you sagging off him, tempting the 3. He should have already developed the counter on off nights. Bam. That's all we wanted to see from Lonzo. I'm telling you, if he had a counter, oh my God, his career would be going places right now. That's the one thing he's missing. Because the defenders are like this. Zoe, we know you like to shoot 3s. We're going to sag off you a bit. All you got to do is sag off of him and get a little physical if he drives a little bit, because he's not going to use all of his 6'6", 215 frame.
I mean, I'm starting to think also what other player, and I want everybody to be objective, and I'm asking you as well, DJ. What other player on year 4 right now in the league are we saying, oh, no, next year, or no, next game? Like, as much hate as Lonzo is getting, and he's always got a lot of hate, he also has a lot of support from a lot of real people. You know what I'm saying? And in year 4, it is time. It's no more waiting. It is time for Lonzo to turn the corner. I just want to see one game where Lonzo just dominates, man. Like where his fingerprints are on the game. It don't have to be 30 points. It could be 20 points, 11 assists, 13 rebounds, 2 steals, and the flow of the game. It just gives me hope as a supporter of Lonzo, where I can say, okay, if the Pelicans play like this, and if they tailor that offense like this, Lonzo can really run the offense and turn his team around so that the front office can be inspired. Are we seeing anything, even in these first 4 games, even the good games, where we say, okay, like somebody said in the chat, I would give him the keys to the team. To the offense? Have we seen anything from Zoe this season that shows us right now he's that impact type of player where a coach can realistically say on a team with Brandon Ingram, and I'm not the biggest fan of Brandon Ingram, and Zion Williamson, okay, I'm putting my job on the line and forget this big contract and forget Zion Williams' contract coming up. I'm about to give Zoe the keys to the offense. Has he done anything to really give a coach faith that he can do that consistently?
Haven't seen it. Haven't seen it at all. And I got to update the brother 3-point conversions. Follow me back. He said, let me know when I may do an interview with 3-point conversions. Shout out to 3-point conversions. I mean, he knows everything and anything with the Charlotte Hornets. He interviews coaches and everything else. So this is a big deal. See what time I can set that up. But shout out to
Huge
3-point
deal.
conversion. I tell you, that new media, brother. Oh boy, I know Sean. What'd you say, brother?
I said you're not playing with him, DJ.
I'll tell you, that new media, man, they gonna start hating me even more.
So now we can ask questions about the rotation with a credible source that is basically inside, covering the Hornets organization. That's gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah, it is, man. Definitely want to set that up.
What's your projection, Lonzo, going forward this season? Realistically, man, like you got a 4-game sample size. Once again, I'm gonna ask you, what is your head telling you, and what is your heart telling you?
My heart tells me 17-7. My head tells me 14 points, 6 assists.
I think that'll be a decent ass year. Lonzo, I think that'll be a decent ass year.
But because I think the pattern, I'm just looking at the pattern. High, low at a higher percentage. Usually it's high enough, low enough, like years past. But when he has good games, he's scoring higher than he usually does. So that's why I say 14-6.
With Shara Johnson, you do not be playing with Zoe, bro. God damn, I be thinking I'm critical.
God damn.
You be putting the beats on the boy, man. Like, I don't know. Look, I don't see 14 points, man. I don't. I'm struggling to see how he gonna score consistently. I hope he does that. I'm struggling to see 6 assists. How many assists he had tonight? He just don't have the ball enough to have assists. So I don't know, man. I'm thinking Zoe maybe 11 points a game. Maybe right now 4, maybe 5 assists. Turnovers around about 3 or 4 a game, man. I can't believe I'm saying this about Lonzo, man, because when I look at him, 6'6", athletic, great passer, deep, right below decent shooter right now, has everything you need. I just, I struggle to understand why it's such a struggle for him right now. But damn, they done put Melo on Shaq and the Fool. Man.
Oh, the Kyrie layup? The Kyrie Irving layup?
When the dude got stripped twice. When Melo got stripped twice against the Cavs.
That'll be all right.
And they put Chuck's face on his body. I knew it was coming.
Oh yeah. Man, I knew it too, but it's the life of the ball, bros. You know how it is. Here's True to King. True to King, he roots for Zoe. Even he said, I hate to say it, but Zoe going to be a great 6-man at best. Man, he roots for Zoe. Like he uses common sense to defend Lonzo. So he's not like a stand with it, but still, for him to say it, a lot of people are saying it, man. We could only root for so much. We can only want them to aspire to be the best, but they got to do it, man. They got to do it.
I got hope for the brother. I got a lot of love for the brother, and I'm hoping everything that I'm saying on here is absolutely wrong, and that my projections for what his future might be absolutely wrong. Somebody made the statement about, do you think Denise and his daughter are affecting him? If all of these things keep affecting Lonzo does not love the game of basketball, and he need to be doing something else. Ankle, leg, toe, heel, ankle, coach, Ingram, Zion walks in, Denise, his daughter, all of these things, man, these are things that all NBA players have to deal with in some shape, form, or fashion. You got some kids coming into league, you know what I mean? They really need to make it in order to just support their family and get the lights on in their mom's crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Some guys that are second round draft picks, some guys that have come through the G League. At some point, that's what I'm saying about seeing the game with him dominating. It would just be very refreshing to watch Zoe dominate a game mentally and as far as control of the offense. Like DJ said, when he comes to the top and BI runs up to the top and he fans them off aggressively and then points to Zion and tells him, hey, we about to run this pick and roll. And then he throws a lob or something like that. That's the kind of turnaround. Before he even starts scoring, you need to see that consistency from Melo as far as being a court general. If you're not going to see that, the scoring ain't going to be consistent because he's always going to be deferring to Ingram and Zion. And if Ingram has one of them nights where he's like, hey, the offense running through me, I'm going to dribble it for 21 seconds, then Zoe just going to be sitting in the corner.
Man. Here's the crazy part. King C. Those who do not know, King C has been rooting for Lonzo for the longest. I mean, a serious fan. This is what the brother said. Quote, it's time for the fans of Lonzo to give that tough love. Fans have become like the mom that keep protecting her son. And 30 years later, he is still in her house, refusing to leave. Wow, that's deep, man.
Baby boy. You hitting that man with that baby boy. He Jody, huh? That's cold.
Boy. So who's Ving Rhames? Who's Ving Rhames then?
Man, it look like Ving Rhames is Brandon Ingram coming down the court, smacking Zoe in the back of the head. Go get in the corner. Jody, Zoe. I mean, that's how you coming at him, man.
He's singing that Daddy's home to stay.
Drinking Gatorade in the locker room.
Oh, man. This has been a good show. Brother, have you ever been on good shows like this where, like, I didn't even realize it's almost 2 hours?
Nah, never, man. The content is real and it's fluent. And we've always got something to work with because a lot of the people come in and they really say what's on their minds. They don't hold back. And DJ, one of the things you do is, for the most part, man, you do a great job of making sure the comments are read. And, you know, because it's hard. There's a lot of comments in the comment section, but you do make sure everyone gets heard. And when someone has a differing opinion, you address it. You let them know that they're heard, but you stand firm on your point. And I don't like channels that cater to narratives. And I feel like when I'm on here, it's narrative free, man. So, I mean, that's why the show is so dope, man. It's just fluent conversation. And look, we keep saying, we all Zoe supporters. Well, a lot of us are Zoe supporters, but it's just very refreshing to come to a page and get a clear, concise view of what's going on with Zoe without either being a bunch of hate or delusions of grandeur.
Exactly, my brother, man. It's been a great show, man. Salute to everyone in the chat. Stay prayed up. Keep a clear conscience. Keep your frequency right. Be one with God. And just live life better. All praise to the Most High. Peace and blessings to everybody.